Innocenzo Cibo was an Italian cardinal and archbishop. Family and education. For the Genoese family Cibo, in 1488 the Cybo family purchased Florentine citizenship for a considerable sum of money. Innocenzo was born in Florence on the 25th of August 1491 to Franceschetto Cybo and Maddalena di Lorenzo de' Medici. His father, Francesco Cibo, was the illegitimate son of Giovanni Battista Cibo, who became Pope Innocent VIII, and had 5 additional children: Lorenzo, Caterina, Ippolita, Giovanni Battista and Pietro. Francesco's sister, Theodorina, married Gerardo Uzzumari, a rich Genoese. Innocenzo's mother was Maddalena de' Medici, the daughter of Lorenzo the Magnificent and sister of Piero de' Medici, Giovanni de' Medici, who became Pope Leo X, Giulio de' Medici, and 3 other sisters. Her first cousin, Giulio de' Medici, became Pope Clement VII. He was presumably educated at the Medici court. When his uncle Giovanni de' Medici was elected Pope in March 1513, benefits flowed even more abundantly to the Cybo. Cardinal and Archbishop. On the 17th of March 1513, the day on which he was consecrated a bishop, Leo X made Innocenzo a protonotary apostolic in Pope Leo's first consistory. The 23rd of September 1513, he was made Cardinal Deacon of SS. Cosma e Damiano. He exchanged this deaconry for Santa Maria in Dominica on the 26th of June 1517. On the 11th of May 1520, he was made Archbishop of Genoa by the favor of his uncle Pope Leo X. For a brief 3 months in 1521 he was Cardinal Camerlengo of the Holy Roman Church, but was allowed to sell the office from the sum of 35,000 ducats to another of Leo's favorites, Cardinal Francesco Armelino de' Medici. He participated in the conclave of December 1520, the 9th of January 1521, and, even though he was ill and had to cast his vote from his sickbed, he came close to being elected Pope. Once his name was suggested, he managed about 20 votes, apparently from the younger cardinals, those desirous of continuing the habits of the court of Leo X. King Francis I of France appointed him abbot of St. Victor of Lérins in 1522, hoping, no doubt, to strengthen the French interest in the College of Cardinals after the disastrous election of the minister of the Emperor Charles V to the papal throne as Adrian VI. He was also granted the Abbey of St. Ouen in Rouen. In 1524 he was made legate of Bologna and the Romagna. In 1529 and 1530, he was the host of both Emperor Charles V and Pope Clement VII in Bologna, and he participated in the coronation of the emperor on the 24th of February as archdeacon. At the conclusion of the ceremonies, he and Cardinal Ippolito de' Medici accompanied the emperor on his homeward journey as far as Mantua. He accumulated the rights of administration over episcopal sees, e.g. St. Andrews, Marseille, Aleria in Corsica, Ventimiglia and numerous others, most for brief periods of time. Just before the sack of Rome of 1527, he took refuge in Massa-Carrara, host of his sister-in-law and mistress Ricciarda Malaspina, by whom he had 4 children, who were later naturalized. A report to the Venetian Senate, written by Antonio Serrano, its ambassador at Rome, on the 18th of July 1531, provides an analysis of Cardinal Cibo. His assignment required. He stated that Cibo was not a person of grand affairs nor of deep thought, but too immediately given over to worldly pleasures and to some lasciviousness. Pope Clement did not seek his counsel on matters of state. In 1532 and 1533, Cardinal Cibo was sent by his first cousin Clement VII to govern Florence during the absence of Duke Alessandro de' Medici. He was one of the 4 cardinals appointed executors of Pope Clement's will at the conclave following Clement's death. He had hopes of the papacy, but was eclipsed by Paul III, and subsequently he decided to return to Florence. But here his relationships with the Grand Duke Cosimo I de' Medici deteriorated, and he moved again to Massa Carrara in 1540. 2 years later, his loyalty to the imperial cause was rewarded with the title of Cardinal Protector of Germany. In Rome, the cardinal had his residence in Palazzo Eltom. He returned to that city in 1549 to take part in the conclave following the death of Pope Paul III. The favored candidate was Reginald Pole, but Giovanni Maria Sciocchi del Monte, Julius III, was elected. As senior cardinal, Deacon Innocenzo Cibo crowned Pope Julius III on the 22nd of February 1550. On the 28th of February 1550 he exchanged the deaconry of Santa Maria in Dominica for that of Santa Maria in Via Lata. He died on the 13th of April 1550, according to his tombstone, at the age of 59 and having been a cardinal for 37 years. He was buried in the Basilica of Santa Maria sopra Minerva, in the center of the choir, behind the high altar, between the monuments of his uncle Leo X and his cousin Clement VII.